afternoon, traders. The markets just closed about 20 minutes ago. It's June 16th, about 4:20 Eastern Time. Really interesting day in the markets today. I felt compelled to make an analysis video. We've been pretty much trading slowly upward, almost sideways in the S&P 500, or this is the SPY we're looking at, which tracks the S&P 500. You probably know that the S&P 500 are the 500 largest companies in the stock exchange, so it's a great gauge for what's going on in the overall market. And as I said, pretty much sideways trading with a slow upward trend. And today there was a huge sell-off. We've been in this slow upward trend since about mid-May, and here we are in mid-June. So it's been about a month. And then today, boom, huge drop off and then a recovery toward the end of the market. So this was really interesting because we haven't seen a move like this in quite a while. So we started the day. Let's go to the 5-minute chart, trading sideways as we have been for quite a while now. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you see this just general sideways movement, about $424 per share, and then a little bit of a drop here down to about $423. And then all of a sudden, right at 2 p.m. or 2:05-ish, things just flushed right down from 423 to 420. So overall, lost about 1% of the share price in that one candle, and then recovered massively, really, around 250 here, and 250 p.m., and then with a 50% retracement toward the end of the day. So this is a really interesting pattern because this is a classic ABCD pattern and just setting up. So right now we have A, B, and then it looks like C over here. We don't know yet, but it's just interesting. It doesn't mean that it has to follow the ABCD pattern, but it's an interesting pattern to note. We could say that here's point A, here's B, and then let me draw one more trend line. Right here would be C, and then D should be somewhere up here. I'll put, a line where it might go to tomorrow. I'm not including the extended hours. Let me get rid of that for a second. So, whoops. Let's fix that up. So it may do something like this tomorrow. Who knows? It could continue to sell off. It may even break the lows of 419, but it's really interesting to see because this is a classic pattern. So it'll be interesting to see if it follows this or not. This is not a prediction. This is just analysis. And, just because this is a well-known pattern doesn't mean the stocks have to follow this at all. So just thought that was an interesting observation after this crazy sell-off today and then recovery. And as I said, rejection of lower prices. So we'll see if that rejection continues tomorrow or if the lower prices are confirmed. So it's going to be an interesting day one way or the other. As always, if you're in a trade right now, make sure you have stop losses in place. I have a swing trade that's still going on right now with SPXL, and we'll take a look at the daily chart and you can see where my stop is. This is just based on my plan for this trade was to follow the 50 MA. So, since that's the plan, I wasn't scared at all by this candle. I knew that, okay, my stop loss is tracking the 50 MA and I may get stopped out. But either way, I was just going to stick to the plan. And right now I need to move this down 1 cent because it's down at 98.17. Really doesn't matter. I mean, a stock like this, 1 cent isn't much. But just to stick to the plan 100%. We're at 98.17, and then tomorrow, who knows, I may get stopped out. We may see a bounce to the upside. This is SPXL, which also follows the S&P 500. So this chart is going to look exactly the same as the SPY. So anyway, hopefully this analysis was helpful. Again, no predictions here. I'm just interested to see what happens tomorrow based on this candlestick, the interpretation of this candlestick, and that ABCD pattern that I mentioned. So we'll see if the pattern plays out or if it does something completely unpredictable. In this market, anything is possible. So as always, stick to your plan, trade your plan, take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.